We have been asked to give our own predictions on the series as well, and I feel like I'm going to be joining right in with all those 3-2 predictions. Think I'm going to be leaning a bit towards the Akuma Shurikens in tonight's game. I feel like the last time these teams met each other, it was once again a close series, and while Omega Gaming were able to reverse sweep the best of 3 and take the back 2 games, they were only able to do that once there were no longer any stakes. The Akuma Shurikens were able to lock in first seed of the group following their first win in the series, and from then on out, the Omega win, while impressive, didn't really mean anything for the standings. I appreciate that you bring up the importance of comfort over maybe what's the very best meta picks down in this league, because to me, that's almost even more exciting. It provides a whole new layer of depth to the draft that both these players and coaches are going to need to synchronize with each other in order to take the most advantage of, when you can't just look at a tier list with somebody way better than you made a couple months ago and pick down in order, and instead have to focus on what champions your players are best on, how they're going to interact with what champions the opposing team is best on, and providing a whole nother layer of strategy to the picks and bans, especially as we continue throughout this series.
Team Aquila cannot let that happen here. They cannot give up the Ocean Drake to this huge front line of the opposing team, but it looks like they're not going to have a choice as Zydeco is caught out. He's flanked by the Madman and taken down immediately. Now it's going to be the package going away as Kaisberg just gets one shot by Princeton before the Cosmic Radiance can come down. It's here now, but it can't do anything. Already one of the carries are down. It's all up to Prism to try to carry this fight on his own under turret, but there are 5 members of Omega Gaming Unleashed coming ahead of him. Wu Yun going to be taken down as well. It is now only Prism, 1 versus 5 for the rest of this game. Omega Gaming Unleashed are fully in the driver's seat with all 5 players still alive. They're going to pick up this soul at minimum, and they're going to look for the base.
Thresh will not take down this one, though.
It's not even close to enough, Rude. You wonder why the Thresh is even here. It's now he's going to be landing the hook, but it's already been the ultimate proc. He's going to be having grievous wounds on him, but the healing is so much anyway that it doesn't even matter. This is just a waste of abilities. They've used the Ignite. They've got 2 members down here. He's still at full HP. He's under the turret, Rude. They can't do it. And now here comes Xmas. He's going to be coming for the ZH2. I really don't think 3 makes a difference. I don't think it does. That's going to be the Never move coming in onto Hexmas, going to pull him back in and going to force out the Lamb's Respite as the rest of the dive is coming through, but they aren't able to follow up without the help of Hexmas. Now it's going to be the Curtain Call coming through, getting the slows down, and quote the Raven, never move, as they come through and get 2 more targets and pull on in. Asymmetric have already melted down alive. Now Asymmetric going to go down as well. That's a double kill over to the side of Twisty as they are winning this 4v4 fight. Rutinium going to eventually go down to Sluter, but they can collapse onto him. It's going to be flashed away from the Nidalee Spear as Hexmas is trying his best to carry this fight. Eventually, after a triple kill, Twisty is going to go down, and now Hexmas has the opportunity for a double kill. He picks up 1, he picks up 2, and he's going to solidify that fight in the favor of his team. A triple kill to the side of Hexmas. He's carrying this game. Yeah, it's going to be a huge multi-man taunt coming through from the side of Sluter, and they're going to melt through Intexi immediately before the Cosmic Radiance can even come through. And now it's come and gone, and they're going to be engaging even farther. It's going to be a great eat from Rutinium to keep his top laner alive as they're going in. They're going to be fighting on top of the Lamb's Respite here for Sluter, but it's already gone as well, as multiple targets are going to be melted down by Hexmas. Now they're moving in onto Twisty. He's the last man standing as 9line Klein is chasing in onto him. He's going to have the hook shot soon, but he doesn't even need it as he picks up the ace for the side of the Akuma Shurikens.
What I'm curious about for Mad Lions is I am wondering for these changes, because they've said with Armut specifically that, you know, this wasn't something they decided because he slammed Arome at Worlds. This is something they were thinking about for a long time beforehand. I assume the same is true of Elyoya. And if that's true, then I'm curious how much Peter Dunn has his hands in there. Because I respect Peter Dunn a lot as a roster builder. He's built a lot of the Splice rosters over the last couple of years. Pretty much every Splice roster but the original one. And I think he's proven himself to be a very talented talent scout. So if he is, I'm curious if Armut and Elyoya are kind of his last couple gifts to Mad Lions before he heads over to Evil Geniuses, or if that's a decision they made without him, because that kind of directly impacts how confident I am.